How is it going, everybody, and welcome to this Azorius Soldier deck. What does make this deck so special? Nothing. Literally nothing. This is a basic Azorius Soldier deck with some changes and some adaptations that I thought will be really powerful in this deck. What I built this deck for is for best of 3, and this is maybe something interesting because the most plays you see with Azorius Soldiers is for best of 1. I included here a sideboard that I'm gonna go shortly through, but also some nice noticeable mentions. Here is with Zephyr Sentinel and some loops that he can start with our Resolute Reinforcer, because suddenly we can bounce it back and constantly produce one token if we bounce it with our Sentinel. And not only being a flying threat, it's really dangerous, but also being a flying blocker is really important nowadays, especially against mono blue. Really powerful play. Then I also include some Wandering Emperors and some scheduled Courtyard. I don't know why people don't play more this land. This land is just fixing mana for so many tribal decks. Didn't so many soldier decks using this actually. Plus of heroes, because we have some legendary creature that we can protect and cast with it. You see, maybe here we have the Harbin and the Dennick with it. But let's check out the sideboard. There is where the whole fun is happening. Is this a nice way to present the sideboard? Yeah. May disappear. You're gonna see it in the sideboard. We're gonna play after. First we play some best of 1 games and then some best of 3. Against almost any deck on the draw, this card is amazing. Dennick, Graveyard Synergy, also creature matchups, amazing because of the life gain. Peacekeeper, we have here multiples, 4 of them against control decks, but also against decks that we want to slow down or disable some planeswalkers, or let's say tax the planeswalkers. Wandering Emperor control matchups also plays really good in the flash team, because we have a good flash team. We can go with this deck from being solid aggro soldier deck to a solid mid-range deck, a mid-range tempo deck. With Wandering Emperor, make disappear, and all these flashy creatures that we can provide. Also with Cathar command to interact with some artifacts and enchantments, just in case if we play against some shenanigans where we need to deal with it. And then of course a little bit more Brutal Cathars to have the access against creature matchups, to remove the creatures, and one of Cemetery Protector, who is a soldier himself. Sadly he don't produce soldiers. This will be amazing. This will be the cherry on top of this card, and I think this card will be definitely playable if it will produce token soldiers instead of token humans. But nonetheless, it's a graveyard hate card with flash, so we can go our tempo play with Cemetery Protector in best of 3 if we need to. So far for this deck we run all together 24 lands, nothing special, as I said. Run Rescue Rare Retreat because read abilities are really precise on this creature. It's only prevent all damage will be dealt to other attacking soldiers you control. I saw some players flashing it on the defense. It's an aggro creature for 5 mana. 3/3 aggro creature for 5 mana that makes everything bigger and prevents the damage that will be dealt to your soldiers. If you are on the draw, usually you sideboard it out, and also if you are on the back foot, you sideboard it out, because we won't rather have a Wandering Emperor to interact with or something else than our aggressive threat. Otherwise, everything else you're gonna see in the gameplay. I hope you will enjoy it, I hope you will like it, and let's go straight there. Welcome everybody to this Azorius Soldier deck, the deck that brought me to Diamond really fast. I think like 2-3 hours maximum. I was one evening I played a little bit and I was already there. And we play against Maria Madok. Okay. Sure. Courtyard. What makes these decks differently? I believe this is the mana base and some inclusions where my opponent is not ready for. We go for soldiers, we go with Thalia. Let's see if my opponent has another cut down. Most likely go for throw to something in this direction, so we're gonna see. And we definitely need another land drop. We don't hit our land drop, so we're gonna go with Thalia. Atakuisa forward. Let's see what my opponent has to offer here. Maybe some removal, maybe some interaction, maybe something else. And a very painful abrade. And we're gonna save our Thalia just because we can. And I think this is really powerful. To waste opponent's spells to do something like this is really powerful. Okay. Now, if you know me, don't Brutal Cathar on Flesh Gorger, because your opponent's gonna freaking kill your Brutal Cathar and you're gonna freaking hate it. You're gonna hate it, but it's okay because we can go in the air for so much damage that I think Flaming Flash Gorger will not help him to out-heal him. My opponent is on a lot of mana. Next turn we're gonna definitely go a little bit wider with our 1 and 2 drops. So most likely Thalia into Officer. Invoke Despair. I expected it, to be honest. I'm gonna sacrifice the Veteran. And it's okay. Sure. To be honest, I expected it a little bit, and in this case, because we drew so nice, we're gonna go with Thalia and with our Veteran, because this will effectively block the Flash Gorger if we need to block it, right? Opponent down to 8. Next turn, maybe even lethal. I'm checking, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. He gains 3. So yeah, next turn possible lethal. Let's see. Okay, sure my friend. In this case, Frontier Ahoy. And we're gonna go 1, 2. No. Because my opponent can have some instant interaction for Veteran, I go for Throat. And this will make my Thalia smaller, he will effectively block it, I will lose blocker, and this will be painful. Not that sure. Sure, my friend, sure, do that. What do we do next turn? I don't want a Brutal Cathar on the Flash Gorger, honestly. Because this will be only pain for me. Okay. Ah, interesting. Very interesting top deck, I would say. Let's go for 3 damage. We gonna kill the Flash Gorger first. Yeah. I'm gonna show you a trick 17, and then when the Flash Gorger is gone, we gonna save our Thalia from the death of Bloodtide Harvester. Good, no? This is the power of First Strike, just for you who doesn't know, and this is the abilities that we have with our Flash creatures and also interactions. What I think make this deck really interesting to play, and a lot of much different to a lot of other decks. So my friend, you can do that. We can do Thalia, 3 mana open, and Brutal Cathar on the token, or on the Bloodtide Harvester token. And then we're gonna go all in and give you. Or maybe Veteran will be smarter, but my opponent cannot block the Veteran. He can kill Brutal Cathar. It is okay. This way we don't exile Flash Gorger, right? It is okay because next turn I can pump everything with my Veteran, right? So my opponent needs to find a solution right now, right here. And if he doesn't, it will be most likely a victory. Another land. Schroeder. It's not enough. Resolve. Can give me the damage. Let's go all in. Let's give the flyer. This is why flyers are amazing. And salute, my friend. Good game, and let's go next, Grixis. And here we are, after our Grixis game, again on the play, or were we on the play against Grixis? I don't remember, but this is a good hand. We're gonna go with white. with our Frontier, and then definitely Thalia. If you have Thalia in the opening hand, always play Thalia in the opening hand. Otherwise, you will regret it really, really much. And there is no reason to keep the mana now alive, because we cannot threaten counterspell. 2 mana, let's go with the Siege Veteran on our Frontier. Give the plus to Thalia, make a lot of damage, and this is what this deck can also do on the play. A lot of damage. Next turn my opponent needs already to deal with something. Maybe he has this sweeper, but it will take until turn 4 with Thalia on the board, so he needs to first deal with Thalia, right? Okay, my opponent plays some off cards, so I expect this not to be a meta deck. And reanimation deck, okay, sure. Let's play you. Let's play you. Let's play on you. Let's play on you. Let's see if he can finish my opponent before he can reanimate something. Because otherwise this will be painful and difficult. 6 life left, so if my opponent don't has the sweeper that I just were talking about, 3 damage to everything, this is a GG. Let's go again next. Fast game, huh? And here we are in our best of 3 game. As I said, this deck was designed to perform more in best of 3. Opponent goes first, and this hand is not as good, but we can keep it just to see what my opponent is playing and to be ready for everything that comes at us. Yeah, Rakdos. Rakdos is okay, actually. Interesting Rakdos build, okay. Then let's go with use as soldier and play the Aviator. Will prevent some attacking from Jadar. The token can attack, obviously, but okay. The token can go in, draw my opponent some cards. Really nice synergy here. So this is a Mardu midrange, Mardu aggro, Mardu midrange most likely. So we need already to think about what are we gonna do post sideboarding. Let's play Plaza of Heroes. And let's play our Siege Veteran. And gonna put a counter on himself. And go attack in the air for a little bit of massage. Next turn we can double spell, and this double spell is always super juicy. Selfless Samurai, interesting addition here. Okay, so my opponent, go all in, my friend, yeah, because I'm not gonna hesitate here. Draw a bunch of cards. Yes. Refill your hand, my friend. Refill as much as you can. We're gonna play the land with the Veteran. Does this change my approach? Not really, right? No. We're gonna go into the air with 4 damage on top. And see if we can close out the game next turn, because how it looks that my opponent run maybe into a problem that he pay a lot of life, but he has no life gain. Eaten alive on the flyer, interesting, but not problematic, I would say. Still can go for really much damage here. If my opponent is not... Nice. Nice, Grimaldos. I need to block. Need to do anything. Geeks can drain him. He will get 1 life from Elias back. And we're gonna flash in our Reinforcer. Yes. And then we're gonna go... We're gonna go big, I think. Next. On you. 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Take out 1 damage, give me a token, and let another token be created, playing the officer, and from here on I think we are in a really good spot. A very decent spot. Extraction Specialist, oh nice. Nice tech, nice synergies. Grimaldos. And Tainted, okay. We need to go up high. So let's see if we can top deck maybe something that gonna bring me up high. Nope. Nice drain here, nice synergies with Jadar, definitely. Okay. In this case, Strike Officer into the air to the Savior. And gonna chill. Let's see if we can finish my opponent maybe in the air. Oh, nice. Nice draw. Nice draw. I like it. I like it really, really much. Let's see if my opponent wants to attack somehow. Doesn't look like it. Oh, wow. Resolve. Of course, my friend. Next. I'm gonna block you here. I'm gonna block you here. And block you here. And we're gonna block you. 7. You here. And you here. Right? Right. Let's see what we're gonna draw. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we're gonna draw next. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next. Down to 2. Let's play the Reinforcer. Let's draw an additional card. 1, 2, 3. That's a good draw. A good draw, but I cannot flash you in. Can go slow and take over the game in the air. I think this is a good point from here. Because we can play Brutal Cathar, take out. Then let's go into you. I'm not planning to block with you. With you too. With you too. Right? 3, 4. The tokens I'm not planning to block. Next. We have also Dennick, don't forget about it. Opponent blocks with Jadar. You think he runs some sort of resolve? Some sort of sweepers. Because if he sweeps now, I'm dead. Obviously. 1 life. If he attacks now, then you're gonna take care of it. If he has a sacrifice spell, I'm dead. So Dennick is the perfect top deck here, or was the perfect top deck here. Grimaldos knew that. Barrett and Dennick would not have happened. So my opponent is a graveyard reanimation dude. This is why I would like to include maybe some graveyard hate here. A little bit more of Dennick because he tries to drain me. Thalia will not be necessary. And for the big dudes like AO, we're gonna include you. You think he runs also some enchantments? Let me check shortly. Nope. Nope, he doesn't. Okay. Think this looks good, huh? A Peacekeeper could be helpful. I don't think I need to bring him in though. So I think this looks good. Although being now on the draw. Being now on the draw is always such a thing, huh? My opponent can go white. Go white too. On the draw, Thalia is not as good as Thalia could be, even though we could tax him. What do I think about adding, maybe make this appear on the draw? Remove one Resolute and one of our Zephyr. Well, Zephyr is a flyer. It can finish out the game really fast. Let's make it like this. Right? Yeah. Let's do it like this. This is, I think, a good sideboarding for going second against this sort of deck, this going white sacrifice teamed. Definitely not the easy sideboarding because you don't meet these opponents often, but a really decent start, I think, just to know what you are up against. We are against Green Maldus with Officer. Okay. Let's keep the Reinforcer and Zephyr combo open, because turn 4 this is a bunch of damage. Okay, sure. Turn 4 this is a lot of damage. Can we draw something for 1? No, we didn't. In this case, we are doing what? We are pumping the team, right? Yeah, we are pumping the team and go for a bunch of damage. My opponent takes a trade, that's okay. I offered it to him. I offered him a trade, he took it. Let's see if he finds something. I expect my opponent sideboarding some sweepers, some removals, maybe burn down the house, create tokens, burn my face, will fit in his team really good. This is why I need to see that. Endercher. And Shader, okay. Okay. Let's play you for soldiers. Let's play Dennick. And let's chill. Because now we have the combo, right? We have 3 times return something and 1 Resolute that can, every time comes in, create another token. And this is really good for going white. Jing attacks? What the fuck? Nice, bro. I don't know what he's trying to do, but nice. Really weird matchup. I would love to show you a matchup. A matchup against more meta opponents. Okay. Why? Okay. So this is theoretically what we can do now with all these flashy creatures. We can start flashing them. Right? Jing attacks this, draws him some cards, draws him more cards, totally fine. Let's go here again for soldiers, say let's go here, Dennick 1-2, most likely Dennick gonna see a trade with Tainted, and this is also okay. Not a biggie, my friend, because we gain life, we produce some pressure on the board. My opponent can copy Mystery Shadow, not a biggie. Let's see where he wants to point the damage from the Archangel. In this case, we're gonna play our Savior, save it from the Archangel. Opponent says, hey, how do you do that? I say, hey, like this. I'm gonna play the Resolute again. Play Brutal Cathar, exile the Angel. Play our Veteran and go for lethal, I think, right? This is lethal? This is lethal. Salute, my friend, but let's go to another one. Let's make one more best of 3 game to see maybe more meta decks. And here we are against Tatsumaki on the draw. And what do I think about this hand? Really difficult hand. I think I need to mulligan it. Wow. Game, don't do me like... This is the point where you know that you should not win. So we're gonna ditch you and we're gonna ditch you. What else? Ditch another land? Wow. So many mulligans. Grixis. Sure. Let's maybe get some information out of my opponent. Let's see what he's running. Okay, Bangbuster. I think this is a typical meta deck where we just been a little bit unlucky. But it happens, Definitely so many mulligans that it can happen. Gonna go for some damage because I expect my opponent to have some sort of removal against the shenanigans. And let's see if maybe the Strike Officer can draw us enough cards to finish this game as soon as we can. Okay, okay. Let's go for some damage. My opponent should use the removal here and now. Yes, this is good. No attacks. Playing the Strike Officer. Let's see if my opponent has another removal. No, he can draw cards. This is okay. Next, now we can also draw cards, and let's hope this can bring me back to the game. Heal Officer, obviously. Let's draw some cards. Let's see if he can draw something from here to finish my opponent a little bit. It's okay. Yeah. Now, do not forget, my friend, that he can use the mana that the stone here provides to activate the Bangbuster, and then he gonna theoretically create a 1/1, and that will be nice. It will be okay if he wants to trade for the 1/1 here. Sure. Sure. He does. Okay. So next turn maybe Invoke Despair is incoming, and this will still let me one token open. And my opponent has a bunch of mana, right? Oh, the Leveler. Okay. Let's see if he can maybe catch my opponent off guard a little bit, and let's see if he has a counter spell. Ah, okay. Good top deck. Definitely. Nice. Nice, my friend. Let's flash in our Wandering Emperor, and let's minus on the Sky City Scrapper.
This is what you get for hurting my people. I have got new moves to teach you.
Just want to have more information about my opponent right now, right here. And see if we can get some value out of here. I mean, I'm dead on the board, right? My opponent sees it. Another upgrade. Okay, so my opponent has really much removals here. And I think I already know what we're gonna sideboard. We're gonna definitely put in the Cathar. We don't need the Brutal Cathar. We're gonna put in also you. We don't need a strike officer. Let's go with information. Flying blockers is okay. It's okay. Not sure if I need Dennick. Yes, I know he has Unearth, but I think Dennick is not the right choice here. And also not sure if I want to run all 4 of you. What I'm sure is that I want to add 1 more of you and 1 more of Wandering Emperor. Yeah, because I think this is a good sideboarding against his opponent. My thought process, I want to text his stuff as early as possible with our Thalia and Antonio Peacekeeper. They both require some answers from my opponent. Also, Flyer will not be necessary. We need to go more wide with Reinforcer to then going strong. So this is why I sideboarded it this way, and let's see if we can maybe not mulligan 3 times, 4 times? 4 mulligans on the play. And then on the draw we will gonna, if we win this game of course, we're gonna do it a little bit differently. It's okay. Let's go for soldiers. Let's play the white swords. Let's pass. See what my opponent has to offer here. Nothing. Let's play our Cathar command. Let's force my opponent to remove it. He's not doing it. Cut down, sure. Still goes for 3 damage. This is okay. So my opponent sideboarded most likely cut down because he knew he plays against more aggressive deck. Cheeky bricky, totally fine. Not a big at all. Here we're gonna play our Myrel and chill. Because even if my opponent did teach down 2 lands, and my opponent had a lot of lands. Go for throw to Myrel, okay. Not a biggie. No blocks. Okay, let's go in. Let's see what my opponent can produce here with 3 mana. We're gonna play Thalia, because most likely Thalia gonna eat a removal, and Harbinger. Thalia first, because if he had something he need to interact with Thalia, otherwise if he will play Harbinger and he will be scared of Harbinger, he will interact with Harbinger before Thalia hits the board, right? Right now, go for Throat, can damage me, yes, Thalia for example, but this is okay. 3 mana investment for go for Throat, I think it's totally fine. Mindstone, okay. Draws 2 cards? Sure. And a spider. Interesting. Let's attack all in. See what my opponent has to offer here. We're gonna play our Wandering Emperor.
I've learned
Heal it.
much during my travels. We've got the edge in this fight.
And we can still use the Power Stone to destroy some sort of artifacts if my opponent has something dangerous on the board. Or hit something dangerous from the board. Resolve. Pass. Sure. Pass. Okay.
Guess that's that.
My opponent cycles. He's searching for his big hitters, right? Another spider. Okay. Okay. Then let's remove the spider. As long as we can remove him, because he will block our flying blockers, and we don't want my opponent to block the flying blockers. Okay, then let's go throw up on the board, and I can throw up everything because I can use the power stones to look for creatures. Right? Right. So this way we produce some damage. Let's see what my opponent has to offer next. What powerful plays he has, maybe. Pass. And see what we're gonna hit next from our Recruitment Officer. Pass. Nada. Okay, let's activate the ability thanks to the power stones from my opponent. Finding the Peacekeeper is actually good. Play the Peacekeeper. A braid, okay. Much mana is this? I want to tax the Mind Stone of Weak, right? Because the activate abilities cost 2 more, it means it will produce 0. Where's the Mind Stone? Mind Stone of Weakness thingy. Next, gonna attack for 2. See what my opponent has to offer here. Creates another token, sure. Double block, okay. We're gonna kill the non-token. Or the non-copy. And my opponent has 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, 8 mana, 9, 10, a lot of mana. So he didn't hit what he wanted to hit. Let's see what we're gonna hit now. Siege Veteran, it's okay. Let's go play Siege Veteran into our Valiant Veteran. Okay, we brought it over. Opponent didn't found his pieces. Now on the freaking play. Thalia is bad. Don't need to tax it. Antonio Peacekeeper is not the worst. May Disappear is good. Again, a non-matter deck is difficult to sideboard. Rescuer will not be helpful because my opponent has a bunch of removal. Rescue is good against creature matchups. Officer. Don't think I need so much Myrels. I'm not sure. Let's go over there. Yeah. I think this is a good sideboarding for going second. Very good sideboarding for going second. And we're gonna try win here. Will be removed. Removed? Peacekeeper, okay. Sure. Soldiers. Let's make the play turn 1 play. Okay. Another one. Bites to dust. Let's go in. Pass the turn. See what my opponent has. If he has anything playable. Okay. Let's make some pressure here. And playing the Peacekeeper, check what my opponent got there. A Braid, Weak Stone. Oh, he has almost everything. Oh, a Braid can go. A Braid is not something we are looking into playing around. Go for Throat will be an option. My opponent don't want to discard the Braid. He wants to stay with it. So obviously now my opponent can Braid Antonio Peacekeeper, create a stone, and ramp himself into the artifact. Okay. So let's go with 1, 2, 3. Throw up a little bit on the board. Because I think my opponent is gonna Mind Stone or Weak Stone, whatever you call on the Veteran. Interesting. Okay. Go for Throne. Okay. Now I understood. Okay. This way my opponent needs to be very careful what he's doing. Let's go with both. I'm gonna take the trade against Kiki. Gonna take it. Yeah. Because this way he will not be able to copy it. He can use now the treasures to draw a card, but he doesn't want to. And set part, we didn't draw any counter spells. Make Disappear will be amazing, or also Stance will be amazing. Upon 4 mana, 6 mana. Currently 6 mana, not castable, nothing except Mindstone. Oh, difficult matchup. Definitely very, very difficult to play against a non-meta deck, because it's really difficult to sideboard against a non-meta deck. It's unknown what he has, but we went against a Braid and against his big spells. I think successfully. Maybe I made some mistakes, but don't judge me. And if you saw some, let me know down in the comments. I'm always happy to get better. So don't think that you are hurting my feelings with it. I'm always analyzing, rewatching the games, and then see if I got better on it. Yeah, about this deck. It's a good deck. I reached Diamond in maybe 2.5 hours with it. More meta decks and a little bit faster games than we saw it now, but it's okay. It's okay. It's definitely okay. It makes fun in best of 3. Definitely a really, really fun deck. And would I recommend to craft it? Yeah. But you will win a lot with it. Very much, very much. Otherwise, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this take on Azorius Soldiers, especially for best of 3, and I hope you like it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao.